Okay, so I'm going to tell you a word, and I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind when I say it.
All right.
Guns.
Violence.
Would you consider yourself pro or anti-gun?
I would say anti-gun.
And why would you say you're anti-gun? Is there any specific reason?
Because I don't feel like we need to carry guns to school. Like, I don't find it necessary for us to be carrying guns around.
So you're saying that it's unnecessary to have guns on campus?
That is true.
Do you feel it's unnecessary to have guns at all? Like, how do you feel about having a concealed handgun license?
Yeah, well, I'm basically anti-guns, so I don't see the point of having one. Like, I know many people would say that to protect themselves, but personally, I wouldn't protect myself that way.
Do you currently own guns, or have you ever used a gun before?
No, I don't have any guns, and nor have I ever held a gun.
So, why do you consider yourself anti-gun if you've never used a gun or you have no experience with guns?
Because guns are made to shoot. Anyone can shoot a gun, and because of that, I don't know, accidents might occur.
So you're saying that accidents might occur because of the wrong using of a gun, but this is also coming from someone who has no experience.
That is why.
The word is gun.
Control.
Okay. The next question is, obviously, like I was telling you earlier, we're talking about concealed guns and the law that's going to take into effect in August, right? Okay. So what do you think about that new law that will take into effect with universities?
Well, really, I don't think it's going to have any kind of effect. People down here are pretty much used to guns. As far as having it open carry, I do feel that people are going to be more, I guess, feeling uncomfortable here on campus. But as far as my opinion on it, I mean, it seems like it would be a pretty good idea.
Would you create, I know that public universities, or even private ones that get to take the law, they get to create rules and regulations as to, let's say, like gun-free zones and how they store in dormitories. Would you want to give a suggestion as to any specific rule or regulation that you would have UTRGV apply when they take the law in August?
Probably just like how we acquire parking permits here on campus for our cars, to acquire a gun open carry permit here on campus, just so people, well, just so security knows who has a gun here. You know, that would probably be best, just to keep control of that.
And would you be carrying a gun come August 1st?
I probably might, yeah.
Excuse, I'm going to give you one word, and you tell me what's the first word that pops into your head when you think of it, okay? Gun.
Safe.
So what do you think about that gun being implemented here in UTRGV?
I think guns are okay as long as people that is trained and mentally able to carry them on are the ones that carry them. And there has to be like a control, for, of course, for students not to have them, and just people that is responsible and knows how to use them and when to use them should have a gun with them.
Okay, so part of the law is obviously to whatever universities are going to apply it, they get to create rules and regulations such as gun-free zones, places where they can't carry guns, or such rules that, they can only store it a certain way in dormitories. Would you want to suggest anything, any rule or thing that UTRGV can apply for that law?
Honestly, I believe there's no problem for people to carry a gun like anytime, not like any people, just like, for example, campus security or campus police. Like, I don't see why they shouldn't be able to carry a gun, like, for example, in the main courtyard. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going on with all these students in schools. So I don't see why, like, restrict guns in some places. That's personally me, right? Just my opinion.
Okay. And lastly, would you be carrying a gun come August 1st?
No, because I don't know how to handle one.
Thank you. I'm going to give you a word, and you tell me what's the first thing that pops up into your head when I say the word. Okay? The word is gun.
Aurora.
What is it?
Aurora, Colorado.
Okay. Okay, so like I said, we're talking about concealed guns. And what my first question is, what do you think about that law that was passed this past summer that will allow universities to allow people to carry guns on campus?
So, I mean, I think that it'll help because in case if there is a shooter on campus, then there can be a first responder within a certain amount of distance. You know, response time isn't that great anywhere. But I think that people should still be like, there should be a very strict process as to how you can get a gun and your license, not just here I go, take this test, you can have your license now.
The next question is, what rules and regulations would you suggest personally that UTRGV can apply, such as gun-free zones or how to store in dorm? What rule would you like to suggest?
Probably just like limited ammunition, just like you can carry a certain amount of cartridges and that's it, or you have to have it on safety all the time, and obviously just general gun safety rules and whatnot.
And lastly, would you be carrying a gun come August 1st?
If I had one, I probably won't. No, I probably won't.
And why not?
I don't trust myself. I'm very flimsy, so I'd probably drop it and use it.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to give you one word, and you tell me the first thing that pops into your head when I say that word, okay? Gun.
Gun control.
My first question is, what do you think about this law?
Well, I don't like that it's being passed because now anybody who is of the age and has a permit can bring a gun to school, and that could be dangerous for other students as well.
Which rule or regulation would you want to suggest that could apply to that law?
Well, the gun-free zones is a good idea, but how would you make sure that somebody is not carrying a gun?
And what would you suggest people do in order to answer that question? How would...
Well, I mean, it's a concealed weapon, so you would have to ask them to show it to you or prove that they don't have it. I don't really see any other way of checking if somebody has a concealed weapon or not.
One last question. Would you be carrying a gun come August 1st?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't like guns. I'm very against guns. And some people don't know how to use them. They don't use them wisely. And so, no, I wouldn't be using a gun.
That's it. Thank you very much.